Hi, I'm Matt, and this is the Recorder Studio. And today we are here. We are going to have a conversation. Daniel Hay is here. He is a recorder player, obviously, and also very active composer. So, sir,
Yes,
good
Matt.
evening.
Good evening.
Who are you? Let's start.
I think you told him my name is
Yeah.
Daniel Hay, Hay. No funny E's or ES's, just Hay.
Hey,
Although here in the Philippines, they usually say hi instead
Daniel
of
Hay.
instead of Hey, it's hi.
All
But that's
right.
who I am, and
Um,
I'm an active composer, a living composer, as I used to tell children.
so you compose music, huh?
Yes,
So that's where did you study music?
I started studying music in prep school, high school, Blair Academy. I had two fantastic instructors, Nevitt Bartow, who was a composer, and Ralph Nerium, who was my French teacher and my music teacher. I take that back. I didn't study French with him, but he was a French teacher. And our choir director,
He's from France.
he's from Pennsylvania, from
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And that was my first real interest other than the cello that I started in grade school and then later recorders, of course.
Yeah.
I went to Iowa Wesleyan College in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, as a music student to be a music teacher. Later, changed my mind not to be a teacher and did not finish a music degree.
But you at least a lot of them it's not the story of
Yes,
Debussy.
a lot of us don't have degrees.
He's being all of his teachers hated him because he
I've
will
heard that.
destroy the music.
Gee, I wonder if that should have been my name now.
Yeah. Claude. So another important question here.
Oh, I love
So
questions.
why do you compose? What's on your mind? Why?
Oh, wow. Um, I started composing because I had an interest in folk music and guitars, and I was writing my own tunes for guitar. That was when I was a young teenager, 12, 13. At age 15, I wrote my first classical music. Well, not even classical, it was 12 tone music for oboe and strings
Oboe and strings.
called The Hermit. And it may have been my favorite piece for 20 or 30 years. I'm not sure. I have a lot of music I like. And then I just started writing music almost nonstop. Every day there's music in my head. I can feel it. I have to pry it out sometimes, unwind it from other tunes and melodies. But it's always my own music that I'm working with. Very rarely do I do an arrangement because I'd rather write my own music. And
Wow.
I mostly wrote it for my own performance and for the choirs I used to direct. But I don't do too many choral pieces anymore. It's mostly instrumental or recorder solo music.
So you're kind of Van Eyck.
Kind of, I
Yeah,
guess.
but you're not blind. Van Eyck is blind.
And I'm not famous,
Yeah, he was not famous
but he
then.
is now.
No one is famous. Except when you're with the film Star Wars. Yeah.
I've been asked how I write music at times, and I have a tablet here that I use often, but I handwrite on the tablet. It lets me write it in and it converts it to music scoring. But I mostly write it on my desktop computer, and I do sometimes write on paper directly and then convert it later to a computer file so that I can print out the sheet music. I do have a keyboard now. The last year, I've had a keyboard in front of my a piano keyboard in front of my computer keyboard, but I don't use that to write music. I just once in a while play with it to work out a tune that's stuck. But I
Uh,
write it all out of my head directly into the computer or scribe it by hand.
I saw your setup and I thought you're composing through the keyboard, but now I
No,
learned that.
a lot of people use the keyboard to write their music every
Mhm.
step of the way. I don't because I'm not a piano player. I
Uh,
just use it occasionally to check pitches or figure out if the riff I'm working on is actually what I think I'm hearing.
nice. So, do you have influences?
Composers,
Yeah, composers living
thousands of them.
or current.
Most of them did, I would
Most of
say, because that's what I studied in school, classical music.
of course.
And I consider most of my music to be classical. Some of it is folk music, some of it is avant. I did some 12-tone music recently, and 30 years ago, I wrote that piece, the Hermit, in 1975, and I've been composing ever since. I have over 870 pieces
Written.
composed, written out.
We should like make a book and
And
give that to our
it,
to
it,
my school.
it'd be a big book. Nice
Yeah.
challenge. We should
Yeah.
do something like
Yeah.
that.
So that it stays on the public library, school library for music.
I have a personal concern for my own music as well as all music is that it gets preserved
Yeah.
and it needs to be passed down somehow. And I haven't accomplished how to do that yet.
Yeah. Just put like publish it. It will not hurt. And then do you like Bach?
I do.
Yeah. When I started playing music, I started Bach. I was strange. Very, very difficult. It was a failure. I didn't play it properly. No, I played properly. Minute one. So we've been like friends for like 5 years when you came here in the
I think
Philippines.
so. Four and a half, 5 years, something like that.
So
now.
you told me about your
And this is the first time we've been in the same room.
Yeah.
Well, this past few weeks.
we have videos here.
Yes.
And you have brain like you damage your brain and
Yeah. I
how
severe brain damage.
how does affect your composition, your music?
It has not affected composition as far as I'm aware, but it affected my memory. And I lost all the music I used to have memorized. I used to know all the hymns, both lyrics and music, and a lot of classical music as a cello player, as a recorder player, as a choral person, and conductor. All that vanished.
On your memory.
And
So you're like Mozart.
my own music, I write it. Tomorrow, I can't tell you what I wrote. I have to actually see it in front of me in order to play it.
You
So
like
I can't play anything from memory anymore. It's made for some trauma, some distress, but you work with what you have. So
how
that's
about
what
your
I do.
style? How about your style?
Oh my!
Are you imposing your will on the music that you want with that
imposing my will
yeah,
on the music?
the things that you heard in your brain?
I'm going to say no. I don't impose my will on the music that I'm hearing pulling out of my head, but I may have imposed for its structure to form in the background. I have a analogy sort of a rubber band ball full of colorful rubber bands. It's always felt like that's in my head, and when I write music, I'm prying out a particular band of color and pulling it out, and that's my stream of music coming out. And I have to untwist it, unwind it. Maybe it's a poor analogy, but it's always worked for me. It's kind of what it feels like when I'm digging in here and say, what is it that I'm trying to get out? And then I write it, whether it's multi-parts. Recently did 15 recorder part.
15 recorder part.
15 voices. That was a commission I did 2 years ago. I've written pieces for 18 brass instruments. I've written for double choirs.
18 brass instrument?
18 brass voices, yes. So it goes a lot of solo music to anything orchestral, those type of instrumentations, and choral.
So the brain damage is like nothing. You live with it, but on your on your art,
it
still
hasn't
there.
affected the output of my compositions. At least I don't think it has, but it has affected all my other parts of music.
Nice. So, question number 6, the heart. What kind of music do you compose or think about?
I think of myself as a classical
How do you describe your
composer,
music? Yeah.
but I don't write purely classical. I write Baroque, Renaissance, modern, New World, folk tunes occasionally. I've written stuff in different modes, modal music,
And songs too.
ancient music types I try to exercise in. It's mostly a matter of what I suddenly feel like I want to work on. And that's what I try to pull out.
Oh. So that's
So I guess I consider myself classical but I'm classic composer mostly. And I
Yeah.
used to write, my first 300 compositions were primarily choral music for church. I
Right.
don't write choral music very much anymore. I write mostly instrumental music.
Right. So for commoners, you're a classical composer. For someone who's
I
not
think
like,
that's
yeah, for the audience
the
out there.
easiest way to describe
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So how long have you been composing? Since forever. Like
The
40.
Hermit, 1975, number one.
Yeah.
Previously, just stuff for my guitar as a folk singer type music as a young child. So I've been composing since 1975. I think that's 51 years. Is that
51
right?
years.
My
So
math correct?
how
Or
so
is that 41 years? I don't know.
you have a lot of like music, like
I have
a
a lot of music.
huge uh collection of
I, for many years, I
works.
ran a subscription, two new pieces for recorders every month that I
All
would
right.
ship out to members. I did cancel that this last year, but I'm on the verge of reissuing and starting that subscription again. I'm getting a lot of interest showing, people asking about it, so I may start that again as well. But I don't have any problem to sit down and write new music.
Just like the old, as we were talking a while ago, and we are talking about Bach, how he's ignored in his lifetime.
I
I
find a
think,
lot of musicians were ignored
yeah,
during their lifetime.
yes,
Not many of them actually were well known.
yeah,
You might say that's because there was no communication then.
yeah,
It was difficult to communicate. But we have composers all over the world now that nobody knows about.
yes,
Very few of them get exposed, very few performances. My own music is very seldomly performed, which as a composer is sad to me,
mm,
but we have to keep struggling at it. All artists do.
yeah.
Whether you're a performer or a composer, we're all always struggling to get it out.
But I really like the fact that you're. That was
Oh, pardon
Pepper.
me. We got
That's all right.
interrupted by my wonderful dog.
Yeah, I really like the fact that you have a lot of time now composing. Yeah, I'm a very
I'm technically
yeah
retired, so I have a lot of time
yeah,
that I spend every day playing and writing music.
and all your travels too, and
Do a lot of travels, but
and your in life experiences.
I use the travel to also provide new inspiration.
Yeah,
So I usually find something to write about in my music when I'm traveling. Just was it 2 years ago? I went to Thailand and visited an elephant preservation location, and that made me write a piece. I wrote it that night.
that
20
night.
years ago, well, 2005. How many years is that? I was in the middle of the Joplin, Missouri, USA tornadoes, and I sat there and wrote music at night and volunteered during the day
Nice.
because it was something stimulate another thought in my meager brains
I
on
wish
what
I
to
can
do.
do that. That's nice. And so what in your collection, huge collection, what instruments do you compose for
I compose a lot for recorders,
recorders?
and the last 2 years, I think it's been 2 or 3 years, I've been doing a lot for recorder with piano
And yeah,
or guitar. I've recently started adding some like that. But I have always been an orchestral person. I was a cellist. I studied classical orchestral music for a long time. And so I've written a lot for orchestral instruments. Most of what I write for recorder or my favorite cello can be transposed back and forth. I think both of them while I'm writing, and that helps when I'm writing for other instruments as well. And then I did a lot of choral music, primarily for churches, church music, which
how
would be four-part harmony with piano or a cappella. I like a cappella,
yeah.
and I like challenging tenors and sopranos.
Yeah, siguro. So where can we find your music? Where can they find your music?
Some of my sheet music can be found at either Sheet Music Direct or Sheet Music Plus. Just type those into your search bar, and then when there, search for Daniel Hay Music. That'll pull up my two catalogs. Some of my music is available on Square at danielhaymusic.square.site,
Wow, you can
And that's
memorize.
also where my subscription is at. And then my YouTube channel, I have over 500 videos now.
500 on your YouTube.
Yes,
All right.
and those are sometimes duplicate or triplicates, whatever, different instrumentations of my music that are available as scrolling sheet music, so
Yeah.
you can watch it as you listen. Sometimes it's performances by other people, and I'd love to have more of that.
Yeah.
Um,
And who are the people who perform your music now?
I think the ones that have performed the most would be Chaz Warren, who lives in California, USA. He's a multi instrumental musician, wonderful performance. He actually hired me for one of my commissions. That was for 15 recorder voices, but he has played a lot of them. And in my channel, you'll find performances by and in somebody's name, and it'll isolate the ones he performed. Christine Fuchsa,
Yeah, I know
if I said
Christine.
that right, you know
Yeah,
Christine.
yeah.
She's played maybe a dozen pieces for recording. And then there's I don't think I have any recordings. I think you've played one or two.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else has played? There's one or two others who have played one or two pieces, and that's been it. Oh,
The while we're talking a while ago, the
Rookie, oh, not Rookie, Rico Suzuki.
Rico Suzuki.
Yes, did I
Yeah.
get your name right? Sorry, Rico.
Mm,
She performed one for me, which was the Winter Quarters.
yeah. I
which
heard
is-
she's famous now.
She is. I hope she is. She performed one just with a few days rehearsal and put it out on video, and I had that on my channel as well. Anytime someone does play my piece, I try to get a copy of it and stick it in my channel under their name so that it's both their channel and my channel for more exposure for my music and for their performance, their channel.
And then the one we were talking about there, the recorder group.
The recorder
I
group.
no, the orchestra. You played your music and you don't
Oh,
connect them with them anymore.
the same piece that Chaz Warren commissioned
Yeah.
was used at a workshop. I think it was Rocky Mountain tenor recorder group. Glenn Shannon
Yeah.
was their invited guest. He used that piece for the workshop, and then later, the Los Angeles Recorder Orchestra performed that and another of my pieces for their annual performance last year, 2025. I think it was February.
Hmm.
But I don't have any recordings of that yet. I would like to have a recording of it.
So we are going to put links on the description here in this
Great,
video
thanks.
of how people will access your music. If you're looking for fresh music and your fresh take on classical music, this is Daniel Hay. We're interviewing, and he's very active on the art of performance and composition
Do
too.
your viewers know where we're actually at right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're here in Cebu,
Yeah.
Philippines.
Yeah. So there. I'm Matt, and this is the Recorder Studio, and this is
Daniel Hay.
Bye.